Hello, and welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean, along with my friend Melanie,
Hello,
are watching and discussing every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've been a big fan of Buffy since the 1990s,
and I have not.
so we are discussing episode 9, The Puppet Show.
Mm-hmm.
Puppets.
Yep. Generally, I love them. You know, I'm a Sesame Street fan.
I am.
And Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever do anything with... Oh, it sounds bad. Did you ever do anything with puppets?
Nothing illegal.
Did you ever, put on your own puppet show?
I think in elementary school, I'm sure we did our own puppet show at some point.
Do you own any puppets?
Yes, I do.
What kind of puppets do you own?
My husband and I used them. I'm kidding. I bought some. We went to what was it called? It was a Jim Henson adult puppet improv tour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was there with you. Okay.
Were you there with me?
Yeah.
And so at intermission, we bought some of the puppets. So I have a hot dog on a stick, and then I have another one. And then for a little while, FAO Schwartz was deal with Jim Henson Company, and they were doing, you could make your own whatever Muppet. You could design your own Muppet.
Ooh.
And they assembled it with all the Muppet parts, and then they sent it to you. And so I have one of those.
So cool.
I know.
What does that one look
Have I
like?
never shown you?
Oh,
He looks kind of like a game show host. He's got like a little red velvet tuxedo jacket and a bow tie, and got a little poof of hair.
cute.
I'll show you next time you're over.
Okay. Any...
Hey, baby, come on over. I'll show you my puppet.
See, my personal puppet. What about non-Muppet puppets? What is your exposure to those?
Punch and Judy?
Two?
Punch and Judy?
I know the name.
Okay.
Yeah. But
They're like an old, medieval puppets where they are a Punch and Judy. I think they're supposed to be married, but they just beat each other up. They each have little clubs, and they're always in situations where they're beating each other up. I don't know. Other than that, Howdy Doody as a kid in reruns.
I was going to say, what?
I'm not quite that old, but I remember that. The marionette scene in The Sound of Music.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to sing? Hi, oh, there, there's a lonely goatherd. Leo, Leo, Leo.
Huh. All right.
You? What do you have to say about this?
Well, look, definitely also big Jim Henson Muppets fan.
Yeah.
Loved Sesame Street as a kid.
Yeah.
I have my favorite scenes from Sesame Street that I still remember. My sister sends me a lot of TikToks and reels of Sesame Street clips.
Sure. Yeah.
Like Bert doing the pigeon.
Doing the pigeon. Doing the pigeon. Doing the pigeon. Yeah, Labyrinth.
Never saw it.
Sean.
I know.
Everybody needs to write in and tell Sean why he needs to watch Labyrinth.
And if they were going to write in, how would they do that?
They would write to sunnydalediaries@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or they can go to our Facebook or our Instagram, Threads.
Lots of ways to get in touch with
Text us. Carrier pigeon.
Since we're approaching the holidays, the Muppet Christmas, not Muppet, the Sesame Street Christmas special.
Oh.
One of my,
I've never seen that.
now it's my turn.
I know.
All right, well, I know what we're doing this weekend. That was something, it was one of those things that was on for a couple of years and then it was off. So that when it came back on, I feel like maybe I was 10 when it came back on. My sister and I were so excited.
Was that like a 70s Sesame Street thing?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Interesting. Okay. I did just watch the Muppet Christmas Carol for the first time.
I watched it last week, although I have seen it before.
That was very cute. Yeah. It was cute.
I know you mentioned that the voices were wrong. The big one for me was Sam the Eagle.
Oh, yeah?
He was way off.
Oh. I don't think I noticed that one so much. Yeah, it's hard.
No,
It's hard when you're a stickler for that stuff, or I don't know, maybe that's like a ADHD thing. I don't know.
I did enjoy it. I like Gonzo as Charles Dickens and Rizzo as his little
Yeah, that was pretty good.
his little pup.
That was very cute.
Other than like Sesame Street and Muppets, Mr. Rogers and the Land of Make Believe,
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah.
the cat.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'm walking
Yeah,
around my
tiger.
house. Oh, let's go, Kitty Meow
Oh,
Meow.
tiger.
Kitty Meow Meow.
Kitty meow meow.
I'll just randomly say that. I don't know why. I just do.
I don't think you've ever said that to me.
No. But, yeah. Also, randomly, you know what I say as I'm walking around the house?
Tell me.
Lucky 19. Oh wait, that's next.
Yeah, that's the next episode. Spoilers.
Pinwheel was a show on Nickelodeon.
Oh, you've mentioned that to me. That's a little after my time.
Oh yeah, that was definitely for my time. Although there was one puppet named Ebenezer. Not really into Scrooge at all. He was kind of like a grumpy guy, but he was green. And I know Nightmares is the next episode, but he gave me nightmares.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I've told you about my nightmare Muppet is Beautiful Day Monster. Does anybody else remember Beautiful Day Monster? He was like the big blue monster, and he taught us about the letter B.
B.
He does. It goes B, and like the whole screen blows up, and it just goes white. Terrifies me. Still to this day, creeps me out.
Did it give you bad dreams, or it just scared
No,
you?
it just creeps me out.
Okay.
You know what else was creepy? And I think you mentioned this in another episode where you were saying something that gave you nightmares as a kid, but where on the Muppet newsroom, where the furniture comes alive. Yeah. I think you and I have talked about that before, right?
Yeah,
how creepy that was. That was a scary episode.
That was.
There's some like scary stuff in the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, there is, especially that old like 70s Sesame Street, even probably Muppet Show too.
I think I forwarded you this week the Muppet Yule Log.
Yes,
on YouTube. Everybody go watch that. YouTube. Jim Henson Company released a Yule Log. I think it's 13 hours long or something like that. I don't know. It's long, but every once in a while, like it's a Yule Log theme. But every once in a while, some Muppets come in. But there's like some violence in that that I was like, oh yeah, this is Henson. Like Henson is like adult themed a lot, which is kind of funny that they are Sesame Street too. I don't know. It's interesting.
I'll see if I can link the Yule Log in the podcast description. I'll see if I can also find, what was the bee guy?
Beautiful Day Monster.
Beautiful Day Monster. And that clip, because that was when I
think when I confessed my fear of that, the next day Sean sent me a link to it because he loves me and wants me to be terrified. I think
it was like close to your birthday, so I like not Photoshop because I'm not that skilled, but like I put text on it so that the bee was like the bee in birthday. That's what friends do, I guess. Anything else on puppets or Muppets before we move into the other thing I wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay. Moments on stage. Since they did a talent show in this episode, I know of one that you've told me, but I want to hear about your moments of.
When I was in 5th grade, I wanted to be in the talent show, and my uncle made a song for me and was trying to teach me how to play it on the guitar, and I was going to play the guitar and sing this song called "Hi, my name is Melanie, and I'd like to teach you a song or three." And I got as far as getting on the stage with the guitar at the audition and saying, well, I don't know how to play it yet, but I'm going to know how by the time the show comes around, and I'll do the song. Yeah, I never did.
Gotcha.
I was too afraid. And then the other stage thing I had was this is probably what I told you about, when I was in middle school and we had a play. It was a musical, and I was in the stagecraft. I don't know if I was in the stagecraft yet. But anyway, they picked me to be the prop girl, and my job was to, in between each scene, wear sandwich boards over my front and back and walk out, and like on the front it would say "meanwhile ... And I'd stand there like very stoic. I wasn't allowed to smile, and then after 3 or 4 seconds turn around and it would say "in the forest," and then I would walk off the stage. I had to do that in between each scene. Yeah, got standing ovation every night. Cool. So that's one I told you about?
The one I'm thinking of involves Wham.
Oh, yeah, I was in the dance show in high school, and I tap danced to Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
I just love that. And it's funny because one of my stage moments also involves Wham. So in 6th grade, they put us into groups, and we had to come up with a product and make a commercial about it, and then like present the commercial. And we were doing it on stage. And me and my group were given what we came up with a cat food.
Okay.
A canned cat food called Meowful. Meowful, Meowful, gives your cat a mouthful of seafood. Still stuck in my head.
Wow.
I had a red Casio portable keyboard.
Of course.
So I brought that with me, and we came up with that jingle. But
And you put on sample beat number 3.
well, what's funny is sample beat number 3 was Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh.
And I was able to learn how to play it by ear. I'm like, I know this song.
Yeah.
And playing along as years later, where I'm like, that's Last Christmas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just saw a clip of the guy in Gorillaz. I don't remember his name, his first or his last. Damon Albarn.
I was thinking CeeLo Green.
No, but he said that their song, "I'm Happy," like finding a sunshine in my mind. That is a Casio beat
Really?
behind that song. Yeah, it's just like straight off the Casio, not even
Right.
changed at all.
Ah,
Who doesn't love a Casio?
yeah. I wonder what I do with that. I remember it breaking, but
It's probably one of yours.
yeah. I had a lot of fun with that. Other than that, let's see. What else was there on the stage? I ran for class treasurer in 6th grade. So I had to give a speech. I did not win.
No.
And honestly, I didn't put much into it. So, yeah, whatever. In college, I was an orientation leader for 2 summers, orienting the freshmen to the college. But we also had a parents program that same day for, all the parents who didn't want to let their kids go yet. And so there'd be like 700 parents in the audience and then 4 orientation leaders on stage, and they're asking us questions.
Oh, wow.
Not that I ever had like a fear of public speaking, but it wasn't my favorite thing. But once I got through that,
Do anything.
I could do anything.
I think I did a lot of presentations in college that I was like, okay.
I did a presentation a few years ago at a conference with somebody that I worked with. And although I was prepared, I knew my stuff, I didn't really feel nervous. She went first, and then I was taking the second half. And as she went to hand me the clicker to move the slides, my hand was shaking like crazy.
Wow.
I just put down, I just ignored it. I keep going.
That's pretty common.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting because I really didn't feel that way. But I'm like, guess
Your body
nervous.
is.
Yeah. I think that's all my stage moments.
I was in chorus, so we did a lot of, those kind of things. And then I remember when I was it was some kind of a class, I don't remember, but for some reason we went to a retirement home and we got to perform like a little talent show for the old folks in the old folks home. And me and my friend Kelly got up and we did a Pellegrino Newton-John song together, just the 2 of us.
You remember what song?
Let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Make it right.
No.
Okay.
I'll have to.
John's will work.
I'll be pulling that up on Spotify. R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John.
There you go.
All right. We could get into the Puppet Show.
Let's do it. You had told me you were excited for me to watch this one and you thought I was going to have a lot to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Normally we do 2 episodes. We record 2 episodes at a time. And so I will tell you that the next episode after this, I have more to say.
Okay.
But this one was pretty good because it had a good plot twist that I wasn't seeing.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
All right. So once again, bad voiceover.
Yep.
And last night I was watching the honest trailer of Buffy.
Oh, yeah.
And when it's all done, the guy who does the narration for it, he does the Buffy intro.
Yeah.
In every generation, the Slayer is born. And it sounded so good when he did it compared to the cheesy voiceover guy. Well, yes, but also cheesy voiceover guy.
Yes. Okay.
We are exposed to a bunch of kids with a bunch of talents.
Yes. Yeah. And they do like a pan through of obviously the talent show. It's a talent show. But first there's like creepy breathing and like somebody's focusing on the ballet dancer.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is weird. Yeah, and so they're panning, high school students, and of course, like the creepy dude with the ventriloquist dummy, who looks older than everybody.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh, okay, this is the guy. This is kind of neat.
I did check IMDb, try and find his date of birth to see. At first,
I found him online.
Oh, okay.
He's like he didn't do anything really afterwards. He's like into theater now.
Okay, cool.
He still looks the same though. Except he's got big curly hair now. Bushy curly hair. He didn't have his dummy anymore.
Mm-hmm. I bet he was at least 26.
At least.
Yeah. That's actually one in every episode. really quick detour. I found out that like Cordelia was like I think 26, playing a 16-year-old.
You go, girl.
Yeah, and she still looks amazing.
Yeah.
I just saw her
I
recently.
don't think I knew anybody in high school that looks like any of these people.
Yeah, fair. For a second, I thought Morgan, that was his name, looked like Mark Zuckerberg. But then as the episode went on, I was like, man, never mind.
Yeah. And then we get to hear Cordelia sing some Whitney.
Yeah, it's the greatest love of all.
You know what I thought when she was singing it? I was like, she's going to try to sing so badly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think she sang it? They were like, no, that's too good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Giles looking pained in the audience.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my note was, how did he get this job? He couldn't have volunteered for this because that would take away from his Slayer training time. But then I got the answer.
Yeah.
The new principal.
Armin Shimmerman. Yes, I was going to say,
I know. You were excited for me to see that, to figure out who it was.
Did you know he was in this?
No.
Okay.
No. He's kind of an a-hole.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. But he did say something funny about Principal Flutie, and he's like, but he was eating.
Yeah.
Just in passing, but he was eating.
That's it. Yeah, I'm interested. I think it's interesting that they put that in because you think they would try to sweep that under the rug, but...
So, you know how I always make fun of the bronze, and I'm like, what is this? And also, what kind of school is this? And I'm saying it again. What kind of school is this that there are still any students left, that they haven't shut this school down? Because even the principal says, yeah, the school has quite a reputation for like blah, 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 and exploding cheerleaders. And it's like, what parent is letting their child come to this school anymore?
That's a fair question.
Thank you.
I think the local city government and the school board really need to take some action.
You know, red tape.
Somebody call
turning slowly.
Somebody called the mayor of Sunnydale.
Yeah.
And tell him he said
meetings. They're having Zoom. No, I guess Zoom isn't around yet, but they're having meetings about it somewhere.
Giles referred to Principal Snyder as the new Führer.
Oh man, I missed that.
Oh yeah.
I was stuck on when one of them says that it gives me the wig.
Oh yeah.
And then that's our drinking game.
Yes.
Anytime somebody says wig.
I wrote that too.
Yeah.
I like that Buffy flipped in every generation. She flipped the scripts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because poor Giles has to do this.
Poor Giles. And they were like, and we're gonna sit and watch and mock and laugh. And then like they sit down, like their butts barely touch the chairs when they're like, okay, we're out.
Yep. Principal Snyder, thank you.
You're welcome.
Principal Snyder, was cornering the three of them, makes them do the talent show, and they said, and he realized that they skipped school yesterday. Afternoon classes are optional. They cut. I mean, they cut class.
They had it free.
Maybe I was just a really, really good kid in high school. I never cut class.
I cut class, and I felt so guilty that I confessed that night. I probably cried.
Now, college, that was different.
Oh, yeah, very different.
But, yeah, I never did. But they're just, wandering off campus.
I'm telling you. Kids are in the computer lab just, like, working on whatever they want. So it's just like a free-for-all at the school.
Yes.
Despite the locks on the fences.
I like that Sid, I think we know his name is Sid at this point, the dummy. Somebody said, would I? He's like, also a wood nose and a wood mouth. That was cute. And at first, like, the ventriloquism is, like, really bad. And it's been a while since I've seen this one. I'm like, was it that bad the whole episode? And then all of a sudden, it was really good.
What do you mean it was really bad?
When Morgan first started doing
it, he was talking
clearly
for Sid. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that he was supposed to be really bad at it.
Yeah.
But then, when Sid starts talking by himself, then you're like, oh, yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a toy that my sister and I had in I think it was late 80s, early 90s, Mr. Game Show. And it was this like little animatronic guy, kind of like the puppet you were describing before. He had like a tuxedo kind of a thing and a really big mouth and a really big jaw. And he like played games with you. And that's what Sid reminded me of. You pulling him up?
I am.
All right.
He was selling on eBay for $95.
Oh my God.
Mr. Game Show. All right, I'm going to get a picture and we'll put it up.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Girls alone in the locker room. Again.
In dark locker room?
Yes.
Why is it always dark in there?
Oh, because the electricity's screwed up from when Fritz tried to fry Buffy.
Oh my gosh.
And once again, you get the hello. Is anyone there?
Hello. Hello.
And then I will be flesh.
I wrote that down too. That's some creepy stuff.
Yeah. Once you go wood, nothing's as good.
I read it. Yeah, I wrote dirty dummy.
Yes.
And I also wanted to point out again, fashion police. Willow's outfit. She's wearing like a striped, a horizontal striped shirt with pants that are like, I wish I could zoom in. I don't know what the pants were, but they had a pattern on them. And then in the first scene, she had a shirt with a giant ducky on it.
Yes. Yeah, the wardrobe choices are interesting.
I don't know. And again, Buffy's dress way too short.
Oh yeah,
Inappropriate.
I know. I don't remember if it was. I don't know if it was this one or the next one, but there was one scene where, I mean, it was short. It's very short. Next thing that I have is Principal Snyder and Giles talking.
Yeah.
It's a kind of woolly-headed liberal thinking that leads to being eaten.
Yeah, I wrote down kids. That the Principal Flutie thought, kids need understanding. Kids are human beings. Yeah, that was right before that.
Yes.
Oh boy, they're in for it with this guy.
A scream, another blood-curdling scream.
A lot of scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emily is dead.
Poor Emily.
Her heart was removed.
So, okay, yeah. And so the police are there, but everybody's just going about their business like it's a regular school day.
I mean, really, given what's going on, pretty much it.
Things that go on in the school anyway, but yeah, just everybody's mulling around the hallway. And Giles is like under the police tape in the room. Oh, let me see what's going on. Oh, the heart's missing. Can I check that out? It's not a very secure police scene.
No.
Tampered evidence. Probably weighed the heart. Got one of his dusty books out. There's dust in there all over the body.
Yeah. So then they all start questioning the students. Give them little...
Yeah, there's like interviews.
Yep.
And the girl goes, Morgan's he's kind of strange. He's always rubbing his head and moaning.
Word for word is what I thought. Yep. It's like that.
Although he's doing it more this week. Like, all right. That is weird.
Oh, there's my note. Short skirt again.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. What do you got next?
And then Buffy's talking to Morgan and Sid.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking to Morgan and Sid's talking, and she's like, all right, calm it down there, Sid, you dirty jerk.
Yeah, and I think at that point she's thinking something's up.
Yeah.
She's starting to.
I hope so.
Last thing I have in the library is, the three of them, Buffy, Willow, Xander. Willow's going to pull up his locker number. Just, he's so good.
She's going to go get the wall. But then the next thing is, then Buffy is in the hallway, and she's going to his locker, and I was like, oh, did she already look it up? I don't know. The continuity there was messing me up a little bit, but that's okay. But then she goes up to the locker, and she's like, 2 to the right and 2 to the left, and slam. But it's like, well, why did you do that, Buffy? If you knew the combination, you got one more turn. That's easy. You're not a very good criminal. You got to leave tracks. You just busted the whole locker to pieces. And then she gets caught.
That's Principal Snyder.
Yep. He's lurking everywhere. This guy he's like Flutie. He's always around the corner.
He's an active principal.
Yeah.
So in my high school, our lockers did not have the lock built in.
No.
You had to supply your own lock. I still have that lock. We still use it once in a while.
I think I have mine too.
The combination is ingrained in my memory.
Yeah, mine too. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. I think I carried mine from middle school all through high school was the same lock. Memories.
Get some more Malcolm and Sid arguing.
Morgan and Sid.
Yep, Malcolm was the last episode. Sorry, I wrote Malcolm in my notes. Right, Morgan. Joyce wants to go to the talent show. She's being a good mom.
She is a good mom. When
she pops up.
Yeah.
Which is not
once an episode.
Which is not fake drinking tea.
Yep, but Morgan doesn't want to do whatever it is Sid wants him to do. And Sid says, I'll do it. I was like, how are you gonna do it? So then are you done talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then he's in Buffy's window, right? And I'm like, I get this mental image in my head of his little puppet leg, streaking down the street, because he had to get from the school all the way to Buffy's house without anybody seeing him, and that's the noise that his legs make. Whenever
absolutely. Yep, he's in. She turns up the light. He's just there in the window, like, hey. So once again, Buffy screams.
Yeah.
Joyce comes right in. Don't go to sleep with the window open. Why not? Get a nice breeze that way.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, granted, things are coming in.
Safe, yeah.
Yeah.
She was there fast, Joyce. She's like, I was dreaming about taxes.
Yes.
I was dreaming about bills. That was when it was the witch episode where she was like, oh, the IRS. I was like, man, I think Joyce is having some financial issues.
that was Angel, because that's what she said to Darla.
Oh, yeah, to Darla. Right. That's right. But yeah.
In the gallery. She must not be doing well. For about bills, taxes.
People are after her.
Credit card statements.
That's trouble.
Not good.
Buffy needs to get a job.
Oh.
A paying job.
Yes. Yeah. Well, why isn't she getting paid for doing this?
Maybe she is. Maybe there's like a vault with gold pieces and, precious gems from like long ago. That other generations of Slayers, they left that to her.
Because in every generation, Slayer is born.
That's right here.
Giles say to Cordelia, your hair. She freaks out.
That's really good. Yeah, Xander was right. It worked like a charm. That was good.
Anything before the Monroe Doctrine?
Yeah, that when Buffy was telling her friends about Sid being in her room, and she's like, it was like it pounced on my face.
Yeah.
Horrible phrasing. It pounced on my face. And then that's where we learned about the Brotherhood of Seven Demons.
Oh, yes.
There's always a cool thing that Giles knows about the Brotherhood of Seven Demons.
He's there's a reason he's a watcher.
Yes.
He's got stuff in that brain.
Yeah.
He'd be good at trivia. He really would. He would know that weird, unusual stuff.
Yeah, he would. So, yes, then we're in history class. And so Morgan just always has his ventriloquist dummy sitting on the desk with him.
I'm thinking maybe they allowed it because the talent show is coming up.
Because they think he's on issues and that's what he needs.
That's what he needs. I know. We get the word eponymous,
that tattoo.
Which is an album by REM.
I did know that. Yes, right. I knew that. I thought it was funny that they felt the need to do the little eponymous, which means like, girl, we know what that means.
I love when the teachers are teaching in these random episodes, because it's always, we've got the Black Plague.
Yeah.
Got Praying Mantis says. Somebody says, I didn't write down who said it, you and the dummy could tour in the freak show. Cordelia says. Oh, yes, she does.
She says, oh, you've got a boyfriend. He likes you.
I know.
Sid turns his head and looks at Buffy. Gives her the eye. And then after school, Morgan comes, he gets his puppet taken away, and he goes to get it after school. And talk about some acting chops this guy has. He's like, I wish we had video again for this. He's like all shakes, like he looks like he's like needing his fix, his puppet tape.
That sounds gross.
I need some string. Give me some strings.
Give me felt. I need felt. But yeah, the puppet's not there because Xander stole him. But it was not nice of Xander.
No, but Xander with the puppet was pretty funny.
Yes, I mean he wasn't even trying to throw his ways.
No, that was funny.
Yeah, it was cute. Yeah,
I was waiting though when Xander was like slamming Sid's head on the desk and like knocking on his head. I was like, oh man, I thought he was gonna get attacked.
Yeah, I was waiting.
I thought Sid was gonna pop his eyes open and be like,
in the first Child's Play, when the mom is like shaky, he was like, say something, talk, and then he finally does. Yeah. That movie scared the crap out of me as a kid.
I never saw it.
Oh. Yeah, I
don't think I need to see that. You like scary movies more than I do.
Well, now I do. Back then, no. But yeah, I watched it, like the full first one a few years ago.
Poltergeist ruined me as a child. So, and then Giles says to Willow, can you concentrate on the reanimation theory and I'll pick about the organ harvesting? Like, these are sections in that library. What if somebody really comes in that library and they want to look up the Monroe Doctrine and they're going to find the section on toys and magic?
Yeah.
or reanimation theory.
And I think it was Willow who said she was banished to the demon section of the card catalog. So there is a card catalog, but...
Well, yeah, there were still card catalogs in the 90s.
No, I meant, but like, what?
What else is in there?
Yes. Toys,
reanimation theory,
brain, heart. That's it. That's all you need.
And hopefully Monroe Doctrine. Yeah. There's one card. Like something actual.
All history.
Yeah. So then they're in the auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffy's in the auditorium.
Yeah. Snyder.
Kind of investigating what's going on. Yeah, Snyder catches her. He's just kind of creeping around. in the dark. Again, I was like, maybe he's a bad guy. Maybe he's doing something evil. He's lurking around too much. And then Buffy sees Morgan's body. Again, just the top up part, don't know head.
No head.
And she says, oh, the demon got his brain. But we don't, how do I know that? Because I didn't see his head.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta imagine it.
Like nodding along like people could see that.
It's something in this show. They can't show a damaged head.
Is that when the chandelier crashes?
Yes.
Ron, we have the chandelier crashing in Clue. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
Or in Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And then Sid is fighting with Buffy.
Yeah. Pitter patter, little Sid. He's got a knife.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved that fight. She was like, bam, throw him against the wall. And then finally she got him up against the wall with her arm. And I was like, I always wonder with these evil puppet things. It's like, it's a stupid puppet. It's like a foot tall, 2 feet maybe.
Right.
Come on.
That's how I feel like about Chucky. I mean, he was like a foot. Right. It's like,
why didn't you just hold him out like that? I mean, I guess if you hold him out, he could get you with his knife. But whatever. She knocked the knife out of his hand.
Yep.
But she won. And then we have the big plot twist. He's not really a bad guy.
No, but he's on the demons.
He's a demon killer.
And he thinks he's a demon because strong, athletic, limber equals demon. Like, that's all.
He was hot for Buffy.
Oh, absolutely. That's all the qualities you need. Yeah. So, thank God he never ran into like an Olympics gymnastic team. He's thinking all demon, kill them all. There's a teapot in the library. Did you hear the teapot whistling?
Yes, I did hear it. And then, I don't know if it was this episode or the next episode, Giles was pouring himself some tea from his office. He's British.
Well, no, I get that.
There's tea.
There's a legal hot plate somewhere. He can burn it in the library.
All those demon books, they're not going to burn.
Cordelia. Then from that, we go back to the talent show.
Right.
And Cordelia's freaking out. All those people staring at me like I'm some kind of Buffy.
Like I'm some kind of Buffy. Again, like Buffy is like an outcast loser, apparently.
Yeah, because I thought from...
see that, though.
Yeah.
She should be friends with all people across all different groups. I don't know.
Cordelia's very wishy-washy. Like, sometimes she's nice to Buffy, and other times she's just a jerk.
Yeah.
She was a jerk.
There's got to be some underlying insecurities there. Hopefully Cordelia, in her adult life, went on to go to therapy and figure this stuff out. That's what I hope for her.
That Audible series, Slayers, was just released, and she's one of the characters in it, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm interested to see how adult Cordelia has changed.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Okay.
Brain.
Oh, wait, before you get to Brain, Buffy is sitting up in the catwalk with Sid, right? And they're talking about what, it is and what's going to happen to him when he fulfills his duty and he's going to die. But then she jumps down. Did you notice the little whoosh sound when she jumps off of that?
Yes.
Like, oh, man. The superhero landing. But yeah, okay. Backstage, prop Brain.
Yeah.
There's like some gross stuff dripping on her. Ew.
Yeah. I don't like Brain.
That was big Brain, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty pretty. I mean, he was a smart guy. So, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. I had to dissect a fetal pig in college biology.
Yeah.
When we had to when we opened up the skull, I saw the brain. That was gross.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I mean, it's interesting, yes, but still gross.
I never did a fetal pig. We did a frog, which was very interesting to me. But so then Willow is looking at Morgan's medical records, the nurse notes. I was like, I think we've talked about this before. HIPAA's not around yet because that's like, why are you looking at that?
Exactly.
Like she's got neurological problems. The guy's dead.
Well, and he was absent half the year. Like, why is no one from this school like?
Notice that the guy with the puppet hasn't been around. The guy is rubbing his head and moaning with his puppet. You would miss it if he wasn't there.
And why was he rubbing his head? Brain cancer.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy. All right. And so the next note I have is when they're at the talent show and Giles is helping out Mark with his magic act. And I wrote, this is the crappiest twist.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark hasn't been, we didn't see Mark at all in this episode. I mean, there was no talking to Mark. That was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
That was cheap.
I agree.
I didn't like it.
And once again, poor Giles is caught.
Poor Giles.
Again.
And where was Principal Snyder? He's been creeping around this whole episode, but he didn't creep in on this and catch that and help Giles?
Well, the talent show.
Show the audience.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's sitting now watching the talent show. That I would say if I was in that situation, I'd be pretty freaked out looking up at that blade.
I don't know. Would you get in there and
I
get
wouldn't.
strapped down in the first place? With the guys like, I'm not going to tell you the secret. I was like, well, then I'm not laying down in this thing.
Right. When you see it,
That's a real blade.
when you see it chop a melon,
Right?
no, my head's not going in there.
No. So Giles.
Yep, do a shot. Giles is caught again.
Oh my gosh.
But then Buffy and Sid are fighting Mark, and Mark is revealed
Yes.
as he's fully clothed. He goes into the
He
cabinet.
gets like a little scrap of his face is like, I don't know if anybody has ever seen the miniseries from the 80s V. Yeah, and like they're lizard people underneath, and that like one of the action figures is like a guy he's got like a little scrap off his face. He's got lizards getting. That's what that reminded me of.
Okay.
But then he goes into his magic box and he comes out fully emerged as the demon.
Yep.
Like, ooh, that was a good magic.
That was. So they're fighting on Buffy and Sid, and chop off the head.
Yep.
With the guillotine.
Yep.
But that's not enough.
Nope. Got to do the heart. I was like, ooh, is he going to carve out the heart? No, apparently he just has to stab him in the heart. Good thing he's got that big knife.
Mm-hmm. Which did he have? I never really looked. Did he have workable hands? He must have.
He must have. He must have.
See, they just Velcro it to him.
That's why Buffy was able to knock it out of his hand so easily. It's just a piece of Velcro tape. Yeah, and then I also was like, well, that was kind of anticlimactic. He does that, then he just kind of falls over. And I was like, he didn't get to say goodbye. He was like, I'll do it. And he's like, no, I'll do it. And that was his last words. He didn't even get to make a little speech or a little, catchphrase or anything.
Or just give her like one last dirty joke.
Yeah, right. That would have been good.
Poor Sid.
Poor Sid.
We did.
But he's probably happy because, well, I'm happy, but, he did his job. That was his job. And he even said that. He's like, I've lived longer than most demon killers.
He fulfilled his purpose.
That's right. And then the curtain opens, and they're all standing there. And Principal Snyder says,
I don't get it.
I don't get it. What is this, avant-garde?
And then we get a post-credit scene.
I know, that was interesting that we don't get those.
So I had to look, 'cause I did not remember the post-credit scene.
Oh.
And I looked up, this is the only episode of the post-credit
It has
scene.
that. Yeah, and apparently they didn't show it. I looked up the trivia on IMDb, and apparently in some instances they didn't show that. But now they on the reissues and the streaming they show it. I know it's pretty funny. Watching them. They were obviously miserable.
Yeah. Reciting Oedipus. Poor Willow. Run the
I know. Poor Willow. Huh.
How many steaks would you give the puppet show?
I would give this one 3 steaks because I thought the Sid plot twist was pretty good.
Okay. I think that may be the highest score you've given so far.
I don't know. I think the one that I liked, the witch one, was pretty good. I liked that because it had a lot of plot twists.
Yeah. I don't think we're doing steaks yet, but you probably would have given
I probably would have given that one 3.
Okay. Yeah. I think 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a vampire episode. But,
when are we going to get back to vampire episodes?
Well, the next one.
Okay. But not really.
Pal. But there are vampires in it, at least. Do you have a favorite line from this?
I don't know. Do you? You go ahead and tell me what yours was, because I...
Would I? As a matter of fact, it is. It's also a wood nose and a wood malum.
Yeah, I think mine was that you concentrate on reanimation theory, and I'll pick about an organ harvesting. That's pretty funny.
So that's the end of episode 9.
Yep.
9 episodes.
Only.
We're almost done with season 1.
I know.
Did you ever think we'd get this far?
Yes, of course I did. You asked me that already in another episode.
Oops.
You can ask me every week.
Okay, I will do.
I have faith in us.
So thanks for listening. Please give us a rating or review if the platform you're using allows you to rate or review. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how we're doing. Feel free to visit us on Facebook,
Instagram,
Threads, YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
And our website, thesunnydalediaries.com. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.